Hi guys, this is Lashette from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I'm back with a new video. It's another predictions video for an award. And this time, it's bookish related. So all of my booktube besties, you are being included here. I meant to get this out before now, but hey. This is the, what is it? Goodreads Choice Awards finalist predictions, part 1. First of all, apologies for any background noise because I can't control it. Basically, what we have going on here is the fact that the Goodreads Choice Awards are happening. There are 15 categories, and I thought for the final round, I would do some readings, right? Predictions, like I just did for the Mama Awards. But I thought, for the final round that the choices, the options would be 5 each. They're not. It's 10. So I already knew I wanted to make this go quicker than it was with the Mama Awards. I'm not doing 15 videos. I'm gonna do my best, my utmost to do 2, right? And I don't know when the awards are announced, like the finalists who wins, but I know that currently we're in the final round where we only have 10 finalists each. So I'm just gonna randomly pick some categories and tell you guys what deck I'm using. I'll show you really quick which card got for each, which finalist got what card, and or which card I pulled for each finalist in that category, and then we'll go from there. I'm going back to the question that Robin had asked when we did this early this year for the Oscars. What does the Academy think of this person? And this is just a fun exercise. So the deck I'm using first is the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Tarot because I love it. But also, I picked this deck as the one to use for the young adult fantasy category. So let's see what we got. Okay, so here are the finalists. If I can, I will put the books over the cards so you can see the covers, but I'll let you know which is which. So, first up, we have Deviant by Brandon Sanderson. I believe this is part of the Skyward series, and we got the 6 of Chalices, which is kind of like nostalgia and going back to your youth or whatever, which fits. Next up, we've got The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black, which has the 7 of Chalices, and people are feeling, the voters, the Goodreads voters, not just Goodreads users, are feeling like there's a lot of choices, mixed feelings, undecided. Third, we have Where the Library Hides, and that is by Isabel Ibanez, and it got The Lovers, which, I'm thinking that people are, and Mesh too, they are holding tight to this particular one and loving it. It feels like everything came together to make this perfect book. Maybe they win? I don't know. Next up, we have Wisteria, which is by Adeline Grace, or is it Adeline? I'm not sure how the first name is pronounced. You have the 2 of Chalices. Another coming together, but a slightly lighter. We've got Buffy and Faith working together for the first time, or not the first time, but you know, in congruence with each other, and that's the feeling. Maybe that's working well for people. Then the Ace of Stakes went to Air, which is by Sabah Tahir, and it feels like a beginning. Aces are the first card of the suit, often said to be the seed, and stakes are like wands, fire, action, not action, yeah, action, but that fire in the belly. So things are getting rolling. Yeah. And then we have Don't Let the Forest In by, oh dear, I can't, C.G. Drews. Again, excuse any background noises. The heat is coming on and all that stuff. We got the High Priestess. It seems people are maybe in awe of this book, but also like it seems like a very powerful pull, but it also very mysterious, very avant-garde or off the beaten path. So not sure about that one. And The Fool is what I pulled for All the Twisted Glory, and this is by Tahira Mafi. And people are feeling like very much we gotta get going. No thoughts, just action. No thoughts, head empty. The Seven of Sides is what I pulled for Heartless Hunter, and that is by Kristen Ciccarelli. That's not a great feeling we have here. That it's like taking away resources and thoughts. There's a stealing feel from this, but maybe that is a good thing. People are feeling like they're stealing the win here. Whether they are or not is the question. Then we have the Ace of Chalices, which I pulled for Ruthless Vows, which is by Rebecca Ross, and I think this is the next in a series, so it's interesting that it got the Ace of Chalices back to another ace, but this time with emotions, and yeah, that's just getting started. I think some people feel like they're just offering a little something when they vote for this one, but not feeling super strongly about it. Last but not least, the Five of Chalices went to Reckless by Lauren Roberts, and this could be a good thing, but it feels like those who are voting are kind of all over the place and not voting in any kind of cohesiveness. Like some of these books have a fandom that are probably, you know, discussing amongst themselves. We should vote, and that's not quite the feeling we get from here. I'm feeling like it's going to be between Deviant and Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibanez. I'm trying to make sure to pronounce the ning. So Ibanez. So let me know what you guys think. If I was doing like the last time, it would be like, oh yes, The Lovers definitely, because it's a major. But I've learned that's not always the case. So you guys let me know what you think, and we'll go on to the next category. Okay, the next category is mystery and thriller, and I'm using the Antique Anatomy Tarot. These are the cards I pulled for each book. First up, we have All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker, and they got the Two of Coins. Then Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera, which got the Five of Coins. Then How to Solve Your Own Murder, which is by Kristen Perrin, got the Chariot. We Solve Murders. Richard Osman got the King of Elixirs. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston got the Three of Coins. The Six of Rods went to The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. The Knight of Rods here went to The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. The Star went to The Teacher by Frida McFadden. The Queen of Blades went to Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. Last but not least, The Six of Rods went to The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. So, The Star is seeming really great, really hopeful for The Teacher. And from what I hear, Frida McFadden is very popular. I mean, it makes sense given that there's two of her books in here. That's a little wild to be perfectly honest with you. I'm like, whoa. The Six of Rods, though, is very positive. In a RWS deck, this would be like Victory. And the yellow is really popping. Two of Coins, though. That balance with First Lie Wins. And Nine of Rods. It's the Knight of Rods. That's a pretty successful. I'm sorry, this is the Knight of Rods. That's a pretty go-getting card. But this Nine of Rods is feeling particularly successful with the yellow and orange flowers, and it's feeling complete. And that is The Boyfriend. Like, the Knight is all about, like, go, 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 get him, and doing the do and moving fast. But this Six of Rods, I don't know why. The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley, I think, is the other big contender. And, yeah, so that's my prediction. My thoughts on the mystery and thriller category. We'll see in a couple of days. Next category. Okay, now we're on to the fiction category. And the deck I'm using for this is the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. Okay. The cards are all pulled out here. Intermezzo by Sally Rooney has the Goddess of Wands. Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors has the Goddess of Pentacles. And I Hope This Finds You Well by Natalie Sue has Two of Wands. The Martyr by Kaveh Akbar has the Empress. Sorry guys, I'm looking at several things. Here, One Moment by Leanne Moriarty. I feel like shows up in this category every year. As the Six of Pentacles. The Son of Cups went to The Wedding People by Alison Esbach. The Four of Cups went to Margot's Got Money Trouble by Rufy Thorpe. Temperance is what I pulled for Swan Song by Ellen Hildebrand. Seven of Wands is what I pulled for Welcome to Hyeonam-dong Bookshop by Hwang Borum. And I pulled the Goddess of Cups for Good Material by Dolly Alderton. Wow. So, things are a little bit different in this deck. I mean, each deck does its own thing. We have so many queens up here, like, what is this? And then an empress. How are people feeling about this? I think definitely this Four of Cups, the Margot's got money trouble. They're feeling very meh, not really paying attention. With the Temperance from Swan Song, also still figuring things out, going back and forth. Not gonna lie, the Six of Pentacles can be a positive, but for here one moment, people feel like they're giving charity, and that's not a feeling you want when voting. The Empress card, though, for Martyr, like, they feel like it is, they are nurturing something great. There is growth, there is, completeness somehow there. And then the Goddess of Pentacles looks absolutely gorgeous. These goddess cards are equivalent to queens in tarot. This is I mean, it's Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas, but this is a there are lots of male figures in this deck, and this is very heavily female. Wow. The Goddess of Wands is feeling very charismatic, very attractive to a lot of people. That's intermezzo. Whereas Blue Sister is feeling really grounded and sure. Like the winner, maybe. And then we have the Goddess of Cups for Good Material. Like, we're solid on our emotions. We're not getting overdone by them, so I don't know if that one's really pulling. Two of Wands, though, that's an interesting. I'm thinking the Goddess of Wands intermezzo is going to win this. That Empress for Martyr might also. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on the fiction category. Okay, so the next category is historical fiction, and the deck I use is the Radiant Rider Waite Smith, excuse me. So I already pulled all the cards. Let's talk about which books they go for. First up is The Briar Club by Kate Quinn, and this got Five of Pentacles. The Lion Women of Tehran got The Moon, and that is by Marjan Kamali. The By Any Other Name by Jodi Picoult got The Hanged Man. Husbands and Lovers by Beatrice Williams got the Four of Wands. And James by Percival Everett got the Seven of Swords. The Four of Swords went to The Women by Kristen Hanna. Three of Wands went to The Seventh Veil of Salome by Silvia Moreno Garcia. The Page of Swords I pulled for Anita De Monte Laughs Last, and that's by Shoquito Gonzalez. I'm not sure I pronounced that right. Shoquito Gonzalez. Soquito, I'm not sure. I pulled the Hierophant for the Book Lovers Library by Madeline Martin. And the Frozen River, I pulled The Lovers, and that is by Ariel Lawhon. My New York accent getting in the way there. So off the bat, we have a lot of majors in here. Not the Four of Swords. I feel like that's put on rest. The Hangman I talked about in the past when it comes to like award shows. I think people are maybe looking at it from a new perspective, but not. They're in suspension. They're not putting in a lot of effort behind them. Five of Pentacles is a poor card. Things are not going well for them. And the Moon, I think the Lion Women of Tehran just confuses people, and that's not a good thing. The Seven of Swords, who got the Seven of Swords? James, might be getting away with it, might be stealing the show, but also people might be feeling like it is, so not sure about that yet. Four of Wands. Husbands and lovers. That's usually a pretty solid foundation, celebrational type of card. And the Three of Wands, planning, overseeing, not too much action happening. There should be more. And maybe people in the next couple of days will be ramping up because some things are growing out of these wands. The Page of Swords just... There's a lot of thinking, not a lot of action. I don't feel... It's a relative newcomer. It feels like the Hierophant is an interesting one for the Book Lovers Library. That's like traditional. This is what people know, what people like. I don't know anything about this, but it feels like maybe it fits the hallmarks of what people expect from historical fiction. And then we have the Frozen River getting the Lovers. And that could be good, but that could not be good as well. I'm feeling like our top contenders are the Book Lovers Library and James. So those are my thoughts. Let me know if you agree with me or not. And let's go on to the next category. Okay, our next category is horror, and I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot. Mine is falling apart. The box anyway. Here are the cards. So let's go over our finalists. Why are there 10 finalists in each category? That's too much. First up is Murder Road by Simone St. James. This got the Hermit card. Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle got the Judgment card. You Like It Darker by Stephen King got the Six of Cups. The Eyes Are the Best Part, by Monica Kim got Two of Cups. Diavola got The Devil, which feels really appropriate. Diavola is by Jennifer Thorne. Then the Ten of Cups went to Sleep Tight by J.H. Markert. The Ten of Wands got What Feasts at Night, or What Feasts at Night got the Ten of Wands. What Feasts at Night is by T. Kingfisher, who I've been hearing a lot about. The Ace of Swords went to We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kluwer. The Two of Pentacles went to Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. Last but not least, the Five of Cups was what I pulled for I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. And so, woo, the Hermit, not really pulling much of anything. Judgment, maybe. Maybe. That's a tentative maybe. This Six of Cups is like the nostalgia card, but in this deck, which is admittedly creepy and why I chose it for the horror category, it's all an illusion. It's fake, right? You're pretending to go back to your childhood here. The Two of Cups here, things are coming together. Things are working together, but maybe in a deceptive manner. I don't know. The Avola getting the Devil. This deck in general is known for being good for shadow work, for the darker sides of life, the things we probably don't want to really think about, but also the reversed meanings seem to come out a little bit better, but this card generally means what it means. The instead of the illusion, the temptation of the devil, it's just showing you what it is. And no metaphors here. The devil is just the devil. And I think that might say good things about the Avola. Now, the Ten of Cups is still pretty positive. It's one of the most positive cards in the deck. In a traditional sense, you get that home, family, love, and support, but not without sacrifices. So people working hard on that one. Ten of Wands is a lot of work, a big burden. Who got the Ten of Wands again? What Feast at Night? People might be feeling like it's too much work to vote for this one, and I don't know why. Or maybe it's just a few people and not enough voting. Ace of Swords. This is speaking like a warrior as well as an angel, and I am kind of impressed there. The balance that comes from the Two of Pentacles here, and then Five of Cups I don't think is doing much. So I feel like Diavola and Sleep Tight. Sleep Tight is by who? J.H. Markert? Let's see. I mean, and then there's Bury Your Gaze, which is getting the Judgment, that final call, the call to arms. People are going forth to get that. People might be voting for Stephen King because the nostalgia element. You're like, yeah, we know what that is, right? And yeah, those are the top contenders for the horror category, and I think we're gonna do one more here and we're done in this video. We're back. I spoke too soon. The next category is nonfiction, and I'm using the Herbcrafter's Tarot. So I've got one more category to talk about after this. First card is for All in Her Head by Elizabeth Coleman, MD. It's a 10 of Air Alfalfa. That's The Anxious Generation. How the great rewiring of childhood is causing an epidemic of mental illness by Jonathan Haidt, and it got the Adelita of Earth, Yucca. I thought a herbal deck would be appropriate for nonfiction. Nuclear War, a Scenario by Annie Jacobson, got the Hierophant Cacao. Disney High, The Untold Story of the Rise and Fall of Disney Channel's Tween Empire by Ashley Spencer. The Eight of Earth, which is turmeric. One in the Millennial by Kate Kennedy. Nine of Earth, apple. The Message by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Got Four of Fire, elder. The Six of Earth, pine, was what I pulled for Want by Gillian Anderson. Three of Fire, calendula, is what I pulled for It's Not Hysteria. Everything you need to know about your gynecologic health, but were never told, by Karen Tang, MD, MPH. The Four of Air, lavender, went to the Backyard Bird Chronicles by Amy Tan. And last but not least, the Ace of Earth, nettle, is what I pulled for Framed by John Grisham and Jim McCloskey. Astonishing True Stories of Wrongful Convictions. So, those are our choices. This deck works a lot different than all of the others. The Hierophant, cacao, going to, I think, the traditional, what people typically expect of a category, or what people feel should normally win. And nuclear war, I think, is what many people might be voting for, just because they feel like that's what it should be. I haven't read that. I haven't read any of these, but looking deeper into it, I think it's not quite what people are expecting. But very, very interesting. Like, it's not historical. It's a hypothetical situation, should it happen now, type of thing. Anyway, like, as the numbers go up, I feel you get more experience as an Herbcrafter. And so, like, the Nine of Earth, apples, feels very comforting, especially as an apple. And that is one in the Millennial, which I feel like a lot of people, millennials, are going to be reading. Turmeric as well, the Eight of Earth. Also very solid, being Earth cards. Slightly less, the Disney High, I feel, is going to be attractive. This, All in Her Head. What was that again? 10 of Air. That's so on the nose as a card choice. All in Her Head, the truth and lies early medicine taught us about women's bodies and why it matters today. I didn't read the... However, as much as I like that, this Four of Fire, elder, is really pulling as well. But I'm thinking, because, you know, that strong energy, that fiery energy, that healing from the elder is well known enough. But I'm thinking apple pie or apples or cacao, and that is going to be between nuclear war and one in the Millennial. People are either going to be voting for what they feel like traditionally should be done, voted for, or there's tradition with all of these, but apple is so American, it's unbelievable how we've told ourselves this. And it doesn't matter where you're from, and I feel like mostly millennials are going to be voting anyway. So I'm going to say Nine of Earth, though I'm really pulling for the Four of Fire, the message. So we shall see. Those are my thoughts about the message. I think really fires people up. That's what I'm getting at here. What is this one? It's not Hysteria as well. Um, this one is really firing people up, so you might get, it might be in the top 3. That's the Ta-Nehisi Coates book. So, one more category. Excuse me. Our last category for this video is romance, and I am using the Light Seers Tarot for this one. Wow. Let's go. The Cinnamon Bun Store by Lori Gilmore got the Four of Wands. Play Along by Liz Tomford got the Emperor. Wild Love by Elsie Silver got the Five of Cups. Yikes. The Bride by Allie Hazelwood got Three of Wands. The King of Sloth, which is, I'm just interested because that's a different for a name title for a romance book, by Anna Huang, got the Four of Pentacles. Then Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez got the Nine of Swords. Strength card is what I pulled for This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I pulled the Knight of Cups for Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. The Seven of Cups is what I pulled for The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. And I pulled finally the King of Pentacles for Funny Story by Emily Henry. Alright, so we like some of these big names. I have read none of these, by the way, but I know several of these authors' names, and yeah, wow. I was not expecting that, and they probably weren't either. People are very lackadaisical when it comes to Wild Love by Elsie Silver, so not a lot of voting happening there. There's a lot of indecisiveness when it comes to The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, another big name. So, yeah, that's probably not going to make it. The Nine of Swords. In this deck, instead of actual swords, since it's a very modern deck, we have birds. In particular, crows or corvids. Since I don't know if they're ravens or crows or what. But Just for the Summer is by Abby Jimenez. I don't know. It's a big fight. It's a very big fight. I think a lot of people are thinking about it, but also thinking negatively about it. That's something to dive deeper into. Knight of Cups, Leather and Lark. People are in love. They are feeling seduced and courted by Leather and Lark. So that's a strong contender. The Four of Wands, like I said before, is a pretty foundational card and a very fun one in this deck. Bride by Ellie Hazelwood is something off the beaten path for people, so that might have something. Sorry, the Cinnamon Bun Store, excuse me. The Cinnamon Bun Store is fun and foundational. Off the beaten path, not the usual, but still something people feel passionate about, but also grounded by. So, Play Along the Emperor. Like, it feels solid, foundational, like a typical passionate. Maybe this is spicy as well. I don't even know, but I'm feeling something strong and structured. Like, we know people are making plans and making moves for a play along, so that's a strong contender. Then we have this King of Cups for Emily Henry. Surprising no one in that. There's a strong feeling, but people are not getting overwhelmed by it, so nice contender there. The Strength card, I don't know what to feel. This feels like mostly people are letting it happen while not doing much and not fighting for this particular book. And then the Four of Pentacles also doesn't, it feels like people are reserved. They don't want to put too much into that. So Knight of Cups, can it contend against the King of Cups and the Emperor though? I think it can. I feel like people might be feeling stronger about this Knight of Cups, Leather and Lark, than they do about the King of Cups. But is it like flash in the pan or steady? I don't know. And then the Emperor, that's an interesting choice. So those are the strongest contenders to me, and these are how people are feeling about these 7 categories. I'll come back in tomorrow and give you guys some predictions for the other ones. Yeah, so the other 8 we'll come back to you with. And like this video if you liked it, subscribe. If you are new, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. I promise I have some reading ones. I just haven't wanted to edit them. This is minimal editing. That's why. But yeah, guys, I'll be back with the other 8 tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Links in the description to everything I've mentioned. And the Goodreads Choice Awards, if you're unaware. The 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop where I make all natural bath and body products, as well as offer tarot and oracle card readings, all for magical and mundane purposes, including some of these decks that I've shown here today. 10% off is always going on. It's not a Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Super Sunday, Cyber Monday, whatever deal. It's for you, my YouTube watchers. You can follow me anywhere else down below, and my Amazon wishlist is there as well if you're feeling generous this holiday season. But that is it for me today, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.